afternoon, friends. Welcome to Konexio Technical Insights. I am Rahul Randeria and I would be conducting today's show. Today, we would be discussing regarding the trends, the setups, the patterns in Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as the different asset classes and individual stocks. Last week, we have discussed that due to the truncated week, Nifty might move in a range bound manner and with the highly volatile trading sessions for the four trading sessions because of the truncated week. And Nifty managed in a similar manner. It rallied almost 2.5% to 3%, and from there we have seen that on Friday we have seen a sharp sell-off on the daily charts, and that has emerged an engulfing bearish pattern on the Nifty, which clearly indicates that there has been a consistent selling pressure at the higher levels, which has kept the upside for the Nifty in the recent past. So definitely the patterns and the trend remain same. The strategy is also going to be remaining same, that any pullback on the Nifty should be used to go short at the higher levels. Now looking at the daily charts, you will see on the screen that the Nifty has formed an engulfing bearish pattern on the daily charts. Yes, you can clearly see from March 2020 till yesterday, Friday's close, Nifty has been moving an upward rising channel, and you have seen that in the recent past that it has taken a strong resistance near the upper resistance line, and from there it has seen consistent selling pressure at any pullbacks on the daily charts. And recently also what we have seen that Nifty has failed to surpass the levels of 15,300 to 15,430, which was its lifetime high. Now currently it is just at the midway of the rising channel with an engulfing bearish pattern on the daily charts. You will see that last 3 days, apart from Friday, from Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, gain was already given up in a single day, which clearly indicates that there has been strong selling pressure because of the derivative position, strong writing of the out of the money calls in the Nifty. Now, again, for the next week, the strategy would remain same, sell on rise. So any pullback, maybe 1.5 or 2% rise on the Nifty should be used to go short at the higher levels. Now, let us discuss the important support and resistance in the Nifty for the next week. The support in the Nifty for the next week are placed at 14,919, and the next support is at 14,760. Below that, the final support for the week would be coming around 14,638. So these are the three important supports where Nifty might take a pause before taking a pullback. Now on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 15,160. If it breaks those levels, then next resistance is at 15,280, and the final resistance, which is the lifetime high, which is 15,431. So almost the range for the next week would be around 15,431 on the higher side and 14,638 on the downside. So again, the strategy would be sell on rise. The sessions would be highly volatile because what we have seen in the recent past, in the last couple of days, there has been a sudden spike in the US 10-year bond yield, which has impacted and shaken the global markets. So definitely this volatility would be carried over for the next week also. So traders need to be cautious, trade with strict stop losses, with light position. Any pullback in Nifty should be used to go short at the high levels. Now let us discuss the Bank Nifty. Again, the Bank Nifty has been moving in a broad range in a downward sloping channel. You will see on the screen where it has failed to breach either the support or the resistance. But one more important thing what I would like to highlight is that Nifty has taken an attempt, Bank Nifty has taken an attempt to break its lifetime high. But you have seen that RSI has never taken an attempt to rally or give a sharp spike from the midway. So this clearly indicates that there has been some sort of caution or exhaustion in Bank Nifty also. Now again, Bank Nifty on Friday we have seen a similar pattern, which was an engulfing bearish pattern. Last week was a truncated week, so the gains of Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday was already given up on the Friday. So which again clearly indicates that there has been strong selling pressure at the higher levels in Bank Nifty also. So again, until Bank Nifty would remain in this downward falling range. You will see on the screen again. Now, unless the range is not broken on the either side, on the upper side or on the lower side, Bank Nifty would remain under this band. Again, the strategy would be sell on rise. So The crucial, let us discuss the supports and resistance in the Bank Nifty for the next week. The crucial support in the Bank Nifty are placed at 34,893, which is the first support, and the final support is 34,238. Whereas on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 35,870, and above that, the final resistance for the week is at 36,497. So again, as I said, that the range would be broad, it would be highly volatile session because of the sudden spike in the US bond yield, 10-year bond yield, which could again shake up the global markets. So we need to be cautious at these levels. So any pullback, maybe 1.5 or 2% in the Bank Nifty also should be used to go short at the higher levels. Now let us discuss the third segment, which is option or derivative analysis, option analysis. For the next week or in the last week, what we have seen that the strong open interest which has been built in the Nifty call option, we have seen in the range of, you will see on the screen, yes, definitely you have seen on the screen, the strong open interest has been built in 15,100 calls, then 15,200 calls, then 15,300 calls. Again, the percentage change, what we have clearly indicated that it is in red, which clearly shows that there has been a strong writing in the out of the money calls, which clearly indicates again for the next week that the upside would be kept and any pullback might see or invite strong selling pressure at the higher levels. Now in the Nifty put, the strong open interest we're seeing in the strike price of 14,900 puts, you can clearly see on the screen, then 14,800 puts, then 14,700 puts. Again, there has been a slight rise or buying seen in this particular out of the money puts. You can see on the screen in the percentage change, which clearly indicates that the market participants or the big players or the smart players are looking out for Nifty to slip down towards the level of 14,700 for the next week. So definitely one needs to be cautious at these levels. Any pullbacks should be used to go short at the higher levels. Traders need to follow all the support and resistance data, again all the option data, and trade accordingly according to the direction of the market from Monday. Now let us discuss the derivative positions or derivative analysis, option analysis in Bank Nifty. The strong open interest has been built up in the Bank Nifty calls. You will see on the screen are seen in the strike price of 36,000 calls of Bank Nifty and again 36,500. You can clearly see on the percentage changes basis there has been strong writing out of the money calls in the Bank Nifty. There has been a strong drop in the option premiums, which clearly indicates that the big players or the market participants are writing the out of the money calls in Bank Nifty, which again clearly indicates that the upside in the Bank Nifty is also kept. So again, the selling pressure could be invited if we see any sort of pullback in Bank Nifty. I mean to say, of the Bank Nifty puts, the strong open interest built up was seen in the strike price of 35,000 calls and 34,500 calls. And again, looking at the percentage change, there has been buying seen in this particular out of the money calls, which clearly indicates that the market participants, the big players, are looking out for Bank Nifty to slip down almost towards the level of 34,500. Now, looking at the charts, daily charts and daily charts of Nifty, Bank Nifty, then looking at the supports and resistance, overall looking at the option analysis, which clearly indicates that upside for the Nifty and Bank Nifty could be kept for the next week. Any pullback from these levels might invite selling pressure at the higher levels. So the long traders or those who have traded long in on the indices should trade with strict stop losses. Now let us go into the final segment for today's show. It is the investment call or a positional call. I have identified one mid-cap stock, which is packaging stock or what we call food processing industry. From food processing industry is UFLEX. The stock has been in a strong upward trend, making higher tops, higher bottoms. You will see on the screen. It has been into an upward rising channel. Yes, clearly you can see the stock has risen sharply from its lifetime low. I mean to say 52-week low or 2 years low, making higher tops, higher bottoms. Classical pattern of making higher tops, higher bottoms, rising channel. Currently, it is on the midway of the rising channel. Again, the stock has shown a rounding bottom pattern. You will see clearly on the screen, and it is on the verge of a breakout. Or already it has broken out. Now there is a pullback. The volumes are also rising on the breakout point. Currently the stock is quoting at 416. Now looking at the setup, the RSI position, yes, RSI has ended slightly on the higher side, but until and unless the price is showing strength, I feel that any pullback, maybe any pull up in the stock from these levels should be used to buy or invest at the lower levels. So maybe the buying range or accumulation range would be around 416 to 400 on the downside. And for maybe next 6 to 8 months, I have a target of 500 in UFLEX. So definitely looking at the trend, the pattern, the position of RSI, the spikes in the volume, consistent spike in the volume in the last 6 to 8 months, which clearly indicates that there has been strong buying in the stock. There has been a strong momentum building up in the stock. So any pullback should be used to buy for investment in UFLEX from 416 to 400 for an upside target of 500. So let us conclude today's show looking at the trend, the setups, option analysis, supports and resistance. Again, I would like to highlight that next week would be highly volatile. Looking at the sudden spike in the US bond yield might again shake the global markets. So we need to be cautious. Those who are long on the indices should trade with strict stop losses. Any pullback should be used to go short at the higher levels. Thank you for watching the show. Any suggestion you can give or give in the comment box. For any live update in Nifty, Bank Nifty, and individual stock, you can connect me at my Twitter handle, which is Rahul Randeria. Again, I would like to thank you very much for watching the show and have a nice trading week. Thank you.